Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to Americus, Georgia, and we're also going up to Quebec. I've received two different videos from two different people of something stationary next to the sun. We're going to come back and take a look at those videos here in just a moment. They're both very interesting. But first, over here at the Ghost 16, you can see Hurricane K is starting to make a push towards land. The clouds are covering Arizona. Literally right now as I do this video, I just stepped outside and filmed the sky here, this little 10-second video clip. Those clouds are from Hurricane K. We've had clear skies up until recently as the storm's getting closer and closer to land, and those clouds right there are the ones that I just showed you, including a partial halo in the sky from Hurricane K. We're also looking at post-tropical storm Danielle that's supposed to do a 180-degree turn and make landfall over here in the Portugal-Spain area as a tropical depression on Tuesday. The hurricane we're watching over here in the Pacific is also supposed to make a 180-degree turn around the same time, and then it too is supposed to come back towards land as a tropical depression. So we're keeping an eye on both of those storms as they could potentially make landfall within the next week. I wanted to touch base on the heat dome that I talked about yesterday. It's still incredibly hot out here in California. Some areas once again seeing triple digits right now as I do this video, well over 100 degrees in several areas, including areas up here in the northern tier, especially South Dakota, seeing triple-digit temperatures, and I think that's due to the wildfire smoke creating a heat dome. It's starting to move out. We should see some cooler temperatures here in the next day or two. I think tomorrow in South Dakota it's supposed to drop 26 degrees. Looking at a high temperature today of 99 degrees in southeastern South Dakota, and then tomorrow an afternoon high of 73 degrees, so a 26-degree drop. Sacramento 111 today, and then I think maybe in the upper 90s tomorrow. So some of this wildfire smoke will move out by tomorrow, but that's been creating a heat dome over the west central plains and even the northern tier. You can see the very thick smoke up here in South Dakota, North Dakota, and that's been followed by very warm temperatures in these areas. So once the smoke clears, the temperatures should return to normal, but these temperatures up here are well above average over here and over here in California as well. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Allison G out of Abilene, Texas, and the photo she sent in was of a very thick rain shaft. Almost looks like a tornado, but that's a rain shaft. And something else you see in this photo is a plume of smoke in the background. She said that was created by a lightning strike from this storm, but that almost looks like a tornado. That was a rain shaft in Abilene, Texas. Quick look at the Schumann Resonance. Not much to see as there's been no data since the large eruption on the backside of the sun. The data we see here is from November 6th. Today is November 8th, and there is no data in the Schumann Resonance. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. A little bit of earthquake activity on some of the seismographs around the caldera, but not anything major. Small earthquakes and a little bit of magma intrusion, which you would expect at a supervolcano caldera. Looking at the Sahara Sand situation, you can see another giant plume starting to make its way across the Atlantic. There was a storm right here starting to form, and the sand just kind of wrapped itself around it and extinguished it. Right now, there's nothing developing behind it. This is Hurricane Earl, which is due to be a major hurricane here in a couple of days. This is Danielle, and notice they have a common denominator: no sand in their areas. This storm here is covered with sand, and it will not develop. And here's another look at all the thick wildfire smoke that was occupying multiple states west of the Mississippi, creating a dome that was trapping the heat and causing a rise in temperatures here recently. Going from the tropics over to Lake Mead, looking at the water database, you can see yet another day of negative readings as the outflow superseded the inflow. Not by much, but the outflow here recently has been much larger than the inflow, and we're seeing the water content once again shrink over at Lake Mead, and the same thing continues at Lake Powell. No change as the water content has been shrinking up here for several months as the outflow has consistently been nearly double the inflow up at Lake Powell. And Lake Powell and Lake Mead both share the Colorado River. Here's once again the temperature map over here at windy.com, and it aligns with this heavy wildfire smoke that we've been seeing here recently. The majority of this is starting to move out now, so we'll see temperatures get back to normal normal here in the next 24 to 48 hours. I want to take you guys now up to Quebec. This is a sunrise that was sent in by Maxim from about 2.5 weeks ago, and you're going to see what looks like something parked next to the sun. And you can see that his camera's moving around and looking at the sunrise from Quebec, looking out over the Atlantic Ocean. This is kind of an unusual video as the camera's moving, and we've all seen lens glare and lens flare. In fact, I want to show you one right now from the video that I just took today, just a few minutes ago, of the sky out here in Arizona. See the little orb moving around? That's from the sun glare on my camera. That's the orb moving around. That orb would be stationary if my camera was stationary. And that's just one example of many types of sun glare that we see when we video the direct sunlight. This one here, though, is a little bit unique as it's not moving. It's remaining stationary at around the 8 o'clock position of the sun as it's rising, visible from Quebec. And this video was taken on August 21st of 2022. Here I've taken a couple of segments that were very still, and I did some enhancement work, and you can see it looks like something next to the sun. I can't imagine, though, this being present in the sky at sunrise and nobody else seeing it. So if anybody else happened to notice this, even if it was just temporarily, leave a comment down below in the comment section. If that's a lens glare, it's a very unique lens glare. It's not one you see every day. Like I said, the video that I just took of the sun, you don't see anything over here at the 8 o'clock position, but you do see a green orb in the video, and that's usually in every single video. You don't normally see something like that. And we're going from Quebec down here to Americus, Georgia. Video footage sent in by Keisha from just the other day of something unusual that appears to be stationary next to the sun. Notice the greenish blue orb. Kind of looks like the greenish blue orb in my video, right? The only exception is in her video, her camera is moving around as well. And you can see her camera moving around, but the orb is not moving, which is quite unusual. In every video that I've ever seen of the sun that contained that green orb, the orb always moved, just like the video I just shared with you guys. But for some reason, in her video, that object does not move. It remains at around the 8 o'clock position, just like the one we saw from Quebec. It's in the same location. The only difference is the sun is a little higher in the sky than what it was up in Quebec. But that anomaly, whatever it may be, is in the same location as the video we just saw from Quebec, right there at the 8 o'clock position. Same thing going on here. Something at the 8 o'clock position that's stationary. It's not moving. It's a different color. This one here appears to be greenish blue, kind of like the orb that I just showed you guys in the video that I took of the sun. And here's the reflective orb that's in every video of the sun. See it right there? See it moving around? So there's the reflection. What is that over there? It's not moving, and that's what adds a layer of mystery to this video of the sun, is that the object does not move, and you can see an obvious lens flare moving in the video. And here's a couple of enhanced segments of this object next to the sun. I simply inverted the light. Light is dark, dark is light, and you can see there's something clearly there, at least in the video. And when I switched the colors, it went from blue, bluish green, to reddish orange. Something at the 8 o'clock position. This is an X-ray format, and it clearly shows something next to the sun, at least in the video. And you can see that orb up there moving around. That's the typical lens glare that we always see in videos containing the direct sunlight. And right there's the familiar orb that we always see. See it at the top? That's in every video of the direct sunlight. It's unavoidable. That right there is something kind of mysterious. Usually when the camera is moving around, the orbs move around as well. And one other thing I wanted to point out about this orb and its very unique personality, notice how it seems to be reflecting light in this format here. See how the light is reflecting off of the greenish blue orb? If that were a lens glare, it wouldn't reflect light like that. It would be the same throughout the entirety of the video, but for some reason, this thing seems to be reflecting light. So not only the fact that it remains stationary is a mystery, the fact that it seems to be reflecting light from the sun is equally as mysterious. So very interesting videos out of Georgia and Quebec, Canada. Great job, guys. Keep the photos and videos coming. If you have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. If you have any videos you'd like to share and they won't fit in the email for whatever reason, you can come over here to the homepage of the website. Simply click on this red banner, drag and drop your video into that red tab. Also include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.